Merry meet and welcome to Psalmic Saturday here at Ariel's Corner. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today over on YouTube. Hello, there we go. Moderating today over on YouTube are the lovely Dre and the lovely Heather, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Honey Paw. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us for Psalmic Saturday. We are going to do a psalm spell in just a moment. Before we get started, just a reminder that we do have chat streams open on both Twitch and on YouTube, and you can chat to your heart's content. And if you have a question for me personally, you can put your question right in the chat thread. Now, we do have a premiere today at 11 a.m., which is just over 40 minutes from now. So providing I have time to answer your questions, I will take them. If not, just tune in tomorrow and I'll get to any questions I can't get to today if we happen to have a lot. We do have a website at ariels-corner.com. That's Ariel's Corner with a hyphen.com, where you can find all of our free booklets, our free courses, free meditations, and everything else free that we have. We have social networks available for you if you want to join our community. That's our Facebook group. We have a Discord server, and we also have a forum attached to the website, ariels-corner.com. So please avail yourselves to those community outreach services. We love to be supportive to the community, and we are there for you. Let's see, we have a free course in beginning witchcraft for those of you who want some training in magic, and that's called A Witch's Primer. You can do that, like I said, for free, 18 weeks. It's very intensive. arielgatoga.com/AWP. arielgatoga.com/AWP. Also, for those of you who are new to Psalm magic and you want some background in it, we do have a basic Psalm magic booklet that is free as well. And you can find that by going to arielgatoga.com/psalmbook. arielgatoga.com/psalmbook. We are here live with magic streams Tuesday through Sunday. Now, Tuesday's schedule is a little different just because of my work schedule. We do the tarot magic stream, and again, that's not tarot readings, that's tarot classes on Tuesdays at 9:45. And then on Wednesday through Sunday, we do the rest of the magic streams at 10:15 a.m. Those are all Pacific time. Wednesday, we have Witchy Wednesday, which is practical magic. Thursday, we have Thrilling Thursday, which is magic in theory. Friday is Fearless Friday. We usually have something to do with the goddess. Usually the witch's rosary is always performed, but we sometimes do Shekinah invocation. On Saturday, we have Psalmic Saturday, and on Sunday, we have Soulful Sunday, and that is a lecture that's a little bit more inspirational. And let's see, we have a tarot channel for live readings. We give live readings every day except for Monday. So we have a general reading at 9 a.m. and then a zodiacal sign specific reading at 9:15 a.m. And you can find that by going to youtube.com/@arielgatogatarot. And you can also find a link for the tarot, the tarot channel right on our regular YouTube channel. So if you go to the regular YouTube channel, you can see a channels tab and you can find the link to the tarot channel there as well. Please subscribe to our new tarot channel and hit the bell button so that you know that when we're live. And then also, if you're watching live on YouTube on our main channel, make sure you are subscribed to that as well and hit that notification bell. And we, like I said, have a premiere right after this stream today, so I hope you can join us for that. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. If you'd like to donate and stay on the platform, you could use a super sticker or super chat if you're watching live on YouTube. And if you're watching on a restream on YouTube, you could use a super thanks if you'd like to give a donation. We have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. And we make a small commission off of each and every sale in that shop. We do appreciate your support. And I think that does it for my little commercial break here. So let's get going today with our Psalmic Saturday. Today we are working on Psalm 80. Now, Psalm 80 is very frequently used to overcome evil, also to overcome mistakes and errors in the past. Today, we are using Psalm 80 to restore something that was lost or destroyed. Something that was lost or destroyed, to restore something that was lost or destroyed using Psalm 80. The way we work psalm magic is very simple and very effective. We take the psalm in question and we read it out loud all the way through once without stopping. This is known as an incantation. We then take that same psalm and we go back through it and we consider each verse one at a time. And we search for hidden occult meanings within each verse. We also try to apply whatever we find there to whatever the issue is that we've brought to the psalm. It's by doing this digging, searching, and application that we, in a really very visceral, true sense, take those seeds of magic that we find within the psalm and plant them deeply into the fertile grounds of our mind, where they in turn take root, grow, blossom forth, and bear fruit after their kind. And that's exactly what we are going to do together right now with Psalm 80. Bear with me just a moment. I lost my psalm. Hold on just a second. Technical difficulty. Almost ready. I'm so sorry for the delay, everybody. I was asleep at the switch here. All right, here we go. Give ear, O shepherd of Israel, that thou leadest Joseph like a flock. Thou that dwellest between the cherubims, shine forth. Before Ephraim and Benjamin and Manasseh, stir up thy strength and come and save us. Turn us again, O God, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. O Lord God of hosts, how long wilt thou be angry against the prayer of thy people? Thou feedest them with the bread of tears, and givest them tears to drink in great measure. Thou makest us a strife unto our neighbors, and our enemies laugh amongst themselves. Turn us again, O God of hosts, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt. Thou hast cast out the heathen, and planted it. Thou preparest room before it, and didst cause it to take deep root, and it filled the land. The hills were covered with the shadow of it, and the boughs thereof were like the goodly cedars. She sent out her boughs unto the sea, and her branches unto the river. Why hast then broken down her hedges, so that all they which Why hast thou then broken down her hedges, so that all they which pass by the way do pluck her? The boar out of the wood doth waste it, the wild beast of the field doth devour it. Return, we beseech thee, O God of hosts. Look down from heaven, and behold, and visit this vine, and the vineyard which thy right hand hath planted, and the branch that thou madest strong for thyself. It is burned with fire, it is cut down, they perish at the rebuke of thy countenance. Let thy hand be upon the man of thy right hand, upon the Son of Man, whom thou madest strong for thyself. So will not we go back from thee. Quicken us, and we will call upon thy name. Turn us again, O Lord God of hosts. Cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Yay. Okay, so we start out with Give ear, O shepherd of Israel. It's interesting, they're not speaking in with any kind of proper noun here. They're not saying Yehovah or Elohim, none of that. It's Give ear, O shepherd of Israel. So this idea of the shepherd of Israel, remember who Israel is. Israel, Isis is Ra, El, El. Israel. Isis, Ra, and El. That's you. That's your soul. That's your soul is not gender specific. It's Isis, Ra, and El. God, goddess, and God. So male, female, God. And when we are addressing infinite intelligence here, we are addressing infinite intelligence as your caregiver, somebody that takes care of you, loves you, and cares for you. Give ear, O shepherd of Israel, that thou leadest Joseph like a flock, that thou dwellest between the cherubims, shine forth. So when it's saying that infinite intelligence leadeth Joseph like a flock, it's actually making reference to the flock of Israel that was considered a northern country, or the northern kingdom. It goes even further with that, saying, before Ephraim, Benjamin, and Manasseh, stir up thy strength and come save us. So the north. What is in the north is the northern part of the kingdom. That is where things are cold. That is the closest thing to Egypt. That is where things start to get scary, and where we start to lose our footing, and we start to feel worried that infinite intelligence is not caring for us anymore. It's saying that he dwelleth between the cherubims. So the cherubs are a very high angelic order. And so it's really clear that we're talking to the Godhead here. We're talking to infinite intelligence as the creative spark that has all power. And we're afraid that infinite intelligence isn't caring for us all of a sudden, because we are depicting our problem as being the northern part of the kingdom, where things get colder, and closer to Israel, where we are in danger. Turn us again, O God, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. So when we're asking infinite intelligence's face to shine, a face is that which we look at in order to recognize something. And God's face never stops shining. So when we are asking God to cause their face to shine, we are reminding ourselves to turn and face infinite intelligence as it is, which is the shining face, to stop projecting all of our nonsense onto infinite intelligence, and instead allow infinite intelligence to reveal itself to us. O Lord God of hosts, how long wilt thou be angry against the prayer of thy people? So again, we are bringing something to this psalm to be restored, something that was destroyed or is being destroyed, something that is lacking in our life that we want to be restored to its former luster. So we are kind of complaining here that things aren't as they should be. And what do? We project that onto infinite intelligence. We say, well, if things aren't working out, it must be because you're angry at my prayer. I must not be praying rightly, and you must be mad at me. So, when we give voice to that, it sounds kind of silly for those of us who understand what infinite intelligence is, but we do it all the time. We do it all the time. We blame something other than our own thinking on the way that we perceive things. So if things aren't working out the way they're supposed to, it must be God's fault. God must be mad at us. Thou feedest them with the bread of tears, and givest them tears to drink in great measure. So if you're upset, if you're sad, if things aren't going well for you, notice that the idea of it must be God's will is stuck in us on some level. It must just be the way things are supposed to be for me. And we need to question that. We need to always question that, because infinite intelligence's will for us is happiness, not tears. Infinite intelligence doesn't send us problems. Infinite intelligence is there for us to solve the problems, though. It's very much like when we are raised in a church that tells us, that God's going to punish us or something like that. That's not God's will, but God can't be held responsible for the choices that our pastor made or that our church made. God didn't, that's not God's will. God does not punish. That's not what God does. And if our upbringing were uneducated in that, that's not God's fault. But God is here to correct it when we are ready to have that corrected. Thou makest us Thou makest us a strife unto our neighbors, and our enemies laugh amongst themselves. Now, this can be true in our lives. There are times when our lives are peopled with individuals who are cruel, who do laugh at us, who do mock us, who do revel at our misfortunes. But those are always reflections of what we do to ourselves. And the fastest way to handle those kinds of people is not to go after those people, but to go after the thought forms which are in the deep mind, which are the source of those kinds of behaviors. And so those thoughts in our deep mind, which make us have strife and laugh amongst themselves at us, those are those self-destructive thought forms within our mind. That's that ego mind that likes to set things up for us so that we fail and then say, see, why'd you do that? It happens all the time. Where the ego sets up an idea for us and says, go do this, go do this, go do this. And you do that and things turn bad for you. And then that same voice in your head says, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? That's the merry-go-round that the ego has us on. Turn us again, O God of hosts, and cause thy face to... Did I lose? Oh, no, it says it again. Okay, good. It says it again. Turn us again, O God of hosts, and cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Being saved means solving this problem. That's what salvation is. Don't think of salvation as something that happens in time. Salvation is something that happens in eternity. Eternity is in the present moment. So if you want salvation, it means that which is before you, the thing that you're dealing with right now. That's where you want to be saved. So whatever the problem at hand is, infinite intelligence has the solution for it. And so we're asking here, turn us again, O God of hosts. The God of hosts is the God of armies. It's the God of victory. It's the God of the angels, the leader of all the angels. And cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. We shall be saved. So God's face is always shining, but we turn and recognize that shining face of God, and that is the solving of this problem, the restoration of these issues. The restoration of our good that was destroyed. Thou hast brought a vine out of Egypt. Thou hast cast out the heathen and planted it. So we are being we're being talked about as a symbol. We are being talked about as a vine. Okay, so being brought out of Egypt means that God's already taken care of the problem. God's already brought us out of the problem place. So in the Psalms, Egypt represents captivity. And we are being held captive by that part of our mind that wants to keep us separate from infinite intelligence. But infinite intelligence already solved that problem. Now we have to catch up to that. We have to recognize that whatever this problem is, it's already been solved. Infinite intelligence already brought this vine out of Egypt. Infinite intelligence already cast out the heathen and planted it. So the heathen means that all of those errant thoughts in your mind that are constantly trying to trip you up, infinite intelligence already knows that they don't exist. Infinite intelligence has already kept us safe. This shepherd has already got us very safe, very comfortable, very protected, very taken care of. And unfortunately, we're asleep having big bad dreams about that, about all of our problems. But to remind ourselves that in actuality, it's already been taken care of. We are already safe. We are already handled. This is already handled. Thou preparest a room before it, and didst cause it to take deep root, and it filled the land. So all of your good has already taken root. All of the restoration that you desire has already occurred on the causative plane. The hills were covered with the shadow of it, and the boughs thereof were like the goodly cedars. That's a big vine. That's who you are. You're a big, giant, never-ending vine of infinite intelligence's will. Infinite intelligence loves you, cares for you, and makes sure that you are well taken care of on all lines, including whatever this problem is that you're bringing to the psalm. She sent out her boughs unto the sea and her branches unto the river. That's how big you are. You are greater than any problems in the sea, which the sea always represents the danger in the Psalms, and the rivers, which always represent your deep mind, both your individual subconscious mind and the and the subconscious mind of our entire species. You are handled. You are you as this vine have all power. Why hast then broken down her hedges, so that all they which pass by the way do pluck her? Again, when infinite intelligence establishes this for us, that doesn't mean that infinite intelligence then says, and therefore you can't have free will, you can't do what you want, you have to do it my way. No. Infinite intelligence gives you all that you need, all that you require in any moment of time and point of space, and has planted that as this vine. Whether you decide to allow that to happen, whether you decide to allow yourself to be taken care of and have this restoration, or whether you continue to entertain these thoughts of these heathen or this ego mind, is completely up to you. But then when you decide to listen to the thoughts of your ego mind, which cause this vine to be plucked up, don't go and blame infinite intelligence for that. That's the choice you made, because then it says, why hast thou then broken down her hedges, so that they which pass by do pluck her? The boar out of the wood doth waste it, and the wild beast of the field doth devour it. Those wild beasts and the people that pluck it, those are all your thoughts that you're entertaining. Those are the decisions you're making. Remember that you can decide either for yourself or against yourself in any situation. And infinite intelligence isn't going to say, no, you can't think that, you can't do that, because then you'd just be an automaton. You wouldn't have any choice. You would have no freedom whatsoever. So what's the big word du jour? Agency. You would have none of that. So infinite intelligence isn't going to do that. Infinite intelligence is going to let you come up with any of those errant thought forms that you want to, and will be there waiting for you once you decide that you are done with that, right? So in reality, you can't really do anything except for give yourself a big scare and waste a bunch of time. But in the presence of all of our negative thinking, it can seem really dark and really bad. But it's saying here that why hast thou broken down the hedges? And complaining about the boar wasting it and the wild beasts wasting it. And then it says, return, we beseech thee, O God of hosts. Look down from heaven and behold and visit this vine. Infinite intelligence never stopped feeding this vine, never allowed these destructions to happen. That was us that did that. Now we can ask infinite intelligence to restore it to its former glory, and even better than it was before. And that's exactly the will of infinite intelligence for us. But what do we have to do? We have to stop destroying it. We have to get out of the way. We have to stop with the wild boars, with the wild animals, with the negative thoughts, with the negative speech, with constantly expecting the worst, constantly bitching and moaning and complaining about things in our lives and blaming it on infinite intelligence, or blaming it on anything other than our thinking and our own choices and our own minds. And the vineyard which is thy right hand hath planted, and the branch that thou hast made strong for thyself. That's right. Infinite intelligence planted this vineyard as you and for you, for your benefit. And it's always ready, willing, and able to bring forth fruit and wine, so that you can make wine, right? It's very, very plentiful. It's very lush and filled with all restoration. Everything that you need to be restored is available to you through this vine. It is burned with fire. It is cut down. They perish at the rebuke of thy countenance. Let thy hand, I'm going to do these and take these two together. Let thy hand be upon the man of thy right hand, upon the Son of Man, whom thou madest strong for thyself. Okay, so we've got two types of thinking here. The one that burns down the vine and cuts down the vine and destroys our good, and the Son of Man, who's at the right hand of infinite intelligence, whom infinite intelligence has made strong for us. So that's simply talking about the split mind, the ego mind, which is always up to mischief, which is always there programmed to self-destruct, to prove to you that you're separate from your good, or the you that infinite intelligence established, the truth about you, which is your soul, which earlier was called Israel. So will not we go back from thee? Quicken us, and we will call upon thy name. So now we are making the decision to not decide against ourselves, but to decide for ourselves as infinite intelligence already decided for us. So the will that infinite intelligence has for us is for restoration to occur. Why? Because infinite intelligence never decided for our destruction to begin with. So now that we are deciding with infinite intelligence rather than against it, we are therefore allowing that restoration to take place. Turn us again, O Lord of hosts, cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. So this is 3 times that it has said this. And so this is a great little affirmation to memorize today. Anytime that we are being pulled back into that worrisome idea that things are ruined, or things are destroyed, and it will never be restored to their former glory, we can completely annihilate those thoughts with this little incantation. Turn us again, O Lord God of hosts, cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. Simple. You can say that little ditty over any manifestation that you see today, which seems to be destructive, which seems to be destroying your good. And you can say that little incantation over it. We'll say it one more time. Turn us again, O Lord God of hosts, cause thy face to shine, and we shall be saved. And it will be taken care of for you. You could even write that little verse down on a piece of paper and carry it around as a talisman for yourself today, and then refer to it again and again. So you just keep coming back to that same psalm each and every day, and you will eventually get a sense of peace and certainty that all is working out well for you. When you get that sense of peace and certainty, that's an indication from your deep mind that your spell has already been cast, and that the manifestation of your spell is imminent, and so you don't need to cast anymore for that particular topic, and you can move on to something else. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate you. Until next time, blessed be. Let's see if we have any questions that came through. We do not. Okay, so we are finished with this psalm spell for the day. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that you can join us on our premiere, which is happening in exactly 15 minutes on my main YouTube channel, the same channel that you're watching this on right now if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, please join us on YouTube for our premiere. And we will be back tomorrow with a live stream lecture, and I can't wait to see you then. Until next time. Oh, and thank you to our amazing moderator team. To never forget that. Thank you, Dre, Heather, and Honeypaw. And we'll see everybody at the premiere and tomorrow. Blessed be.